the market demand, entrepreneurs trying to grow their business with content. And I was like, fuck yeah, I can tap into that, and I'm gonna go hard on it. All right, gang, here we go with episode 5. I think it's 5, episode 5, Biz 10 coming at you. I've been super stoked about this whole entire Biz 10 series where you and I hop on a call one-on-one, a Zoom call just like this, and we talk shop, talk about business, your business, my business, any type of business for 10 minutes. And we have Manuel Campos coming onto the call right now. I'm going to let him in 3, 2. Manuel, here we go.
Hey, what's up, man? How are you?
I'm doing well. How are you? Looks like your video's catching up. There you are. I'm doing well. How are you doing? How's your week going so far?
Doing great, man. Doing great. Just got to work out on the beach, and I got back home. Everything good. Everything good. What's up with you?
Awesome.
How are you? How's your day going?
Love it. My day's going well. I woke up early, got a lot of work done in Miami. I live in Miami right now, and I traveled up north a couple hours to my hometown where my parents are. Going to hang out with my whole family, just like a little birthday celebration. So excited, man. Yeah, it's a good day so far.
Happy birthday in person, man. How was your birthday? How did you spend the day?
Thank you so much. It was incredible. I worked for half a day and then took the rest of the day off. I got kidnapped by my sister who came to visit and my girlfriend. They are intense females. They will. I'm 6'4" and I thought I could hold my own, but no, they are powerful women. And so they kidnapped me, threw me in the car, and I had no idea where we were going. They drove me like all around. I was clueless, and then all of a sudden we started driving west. And so if you're in Miami, you're on the east coast of Florida. We were driving west, and so less buildings, way more trees. I'm like, where the fuck are we going? Yeah. And next thing I know, I'm like, oh, it started to hit me. We were going on an airboat ride, and we went on an airboat ride with alligators and all sorts of stuff. Ravi, Ravi's my roommate, and his girlfriend joined us, and we had some other friends come, and it was like a boat full of people in Hawaiian shirts and leis and funny hats. And
that sounds fun, man. That's awesome.
It was incredible, man. It was awesome.
That's pretty good.
Yeah,
happy for you, man.
Fantastic. Thank you, sir. How can I help you? What's going on?
Yeah, I just wanted to hop in here and let you know that hey, this is awesome what you're doing, and I appreciate your time hopping on here for 10-15 minutes. I really, wanted to say that not everybody does this, and not everybody puts in the time to do this 10 minutes. So this is pretty huge for everybody out there that is growing and trying to learn and network. So yeah, I just wanted to hop in here and say thank you for putting content out there, for everything that you're doing. I just want to connect and see what do you do exactly for branding and whatnot. I've been following your content for a while. I was at your mastermind, the mastermind Ravi did. I was at your place and we connected and we talked about brand and the business and whatnot. Just wanted to hop in here and network and connect with you.
First and foremost, it's good to see you again, and I'm excited to dive in whatever we talk about today. We could talk about personal branding, we could talk about business, your business, my business. I don't give a shit. But the cool thing is I just want to say this right up front. Is someone asked me earlier today? They were like, Max, why are you doing this? Actually, I got this from multiple people. They're like, Max, why are you doing this? Why, are you trying to close people? Like kind of warm them up to what you do and then close them at the end? I'm like, not at all. What I'm doing is I'm doing two things. I'm doing two things here. Number one is I'm understanding my audience better. So I get to talk with you and understand where you're at. So people who are following me, I get to now understand directly your pains. Because don't get me wrong, I know your pains, but like hearing it live and every single week, time after time, Thursdays and Fridays, I open up slots. Dude, that's where you get real time knowledge. For 10 minutes, we get to hop on and talk about shopping. By the way, we don't even have to talk about your business or whatever. We can talk about anything, but I'm getting real time knowledge on the pains of my audience. And what I can do with that is an unlimited amount of things. I can, number one, market myself better. I can create better content that helps you more. And does that get people prepped for my offer? Of course it does. But the cool thing is I'm not asking for anything here. I'm giving just like as much front end value as I possibly can, because I know it's just going to make you like me more. And I love helping. Like I seriously love to help people. It's like my friends honestly, I have some friends who love it. And I have other friends, like some of my childhood friends are like, dude, like, let's just go surf. Like, shut up. But
it's like man, I feel the more value you add, the better for your brand and not only what you're learning, but what you're putting out there and helping people. Like you never know. You might be just 10 minutes away from the perfect deal. You know what I mean? So
and that's the thing is a lot of people who are hopping on these calls, they are one of two areas. They are either right there on the brink. So here's the thing. I always talk about the line of marketing.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't know anybody else who like really terms it like this, but I call it the line of marketing, where if you imagine just a line going straight down the screen, on one side you have people who are doing business with you, but before that you have people who are not yet doing business with you, and this is where the line of marketing comes in. The line of marketing is all about creating content right here in the middle, so you get people through the gate of not doing business with you through the gate to do business with you. Make sense?
Yeah.
That's what marketing is all about. It's not about talking about what you do. It's not about talking about, for example, when I started the video editing company like
Yeah.
years back, I wasn't talking about the editing side. I was talking about scaling your brand. I was talking about, actually, there, by the way, there's another whole other side outside of the screen, which is the results, like after you work with us, right? So I was talking about the end results. I was talking about the things like after you work with us. But I also talked about the pains. Like, hey, I get where you're at. I know what you're going through. I've done it myself, or I've helped other people get through this pain. And here's like why it makes sense to work with us, right? And here are the ultimate results you can possibly have. So there's the line of marketing, and that's exactly, you know, what it comes down to is just understanding like, where are the pains? How can we talk about that? How can we be that solution? And once you're the solution, you're seen as an authority, and you do not need to have like, you know, man, like you don't have to have like 1 million followers or subscribers. Like for me, I just have a few
No,
hundred.
but that's how you get
It
to the million
works.
followers. Like that's how you get to grow, is you just putting value out there for free. Because that's what a lot of people I feel they get it twisted, that they just want to offer it right out the bat and go for the sell. And you can just, you know, go for the sale right away. You want to like add the value and build up the audience. Customer are just gonna come your way if you have a good product, and if you're adding value, people trust you, they will follow your brand, and the price won't even matter at this point, because you know I feel that once you build up the trust and you add the value and you put it out there, like it's whatever you want to charge. You know what I mean? Because people will follow you, not your product. You know what I mean? So
Yeah. What are you going through right now? What kind of stage are you in with your business right now?
well, just to give you a little bit of context, I launched an automation company for Amazon first 2 years ago. Ran it up, took 10 clients on board. Never wanted to go crazy with taking in clients because of the quality. Is a business and an industry that it tends to, you know, give a lot of false understatements for the clients, and there's a lot behind the scenes. But did Amazon first with just 10 clients, make sure they got the results that I was getting with my own stores. Then went and moved over to Walmart. Right now we have 35 clients. Decided to close shop in January, and that's it. Not taking any more clients. Just kept it small, but everybody that is on with me is making money. You know what I mean? And it's making the same amount of money that my own stores are doing.
Okay.
So I closed.
How much money? I'm curious. Like, how much money do you make people? Like, what's like your ultimate case study that you have?
Average we do 12 to 15,000 a month in
Nice.
profits for the clients. I have some stores that have done 20, 22, but it's about there. 10 to 15 is like the sweet spot.
Okay.
That the client is making, you know, my goal is the client makes $70,000 a year, $60,000 a year. They're happy. It's passive income after all expenses, but I want to make sure that I keep up with those standards. That's why I decided that I didn't want it to grow and go crazy and bring in 100, 200 stores.
So I have a quick question for you, because
Yeah.
when I think of the Amazon automation, Walmart automation, e-commerce automation in general, it's a loud space. There are a lot of people in there who are coming in, and they're coming in hot. And here's the thing: is the cool thing for a lot of those people is they're getting money and they're getting results fast, and they honestly deserve to talk loudly, because they're like, yo man, I just got fucking 100K in a month. Or I know people who are doing millions in a month from ecom, and I'm like, and my question for you is, how do you look at the competition, and how are you placing yourself amongst the competition?
So back then how I did it, I've been doing it for now over 3 years, like the stores. But back then when I decided to finally launch automation, it took me like a year in between because of everything that happens behind the scenes. When I launched the automation company, how I put myself completely to the side, and I wasn't even looking at the competition. I decided to open up only 10 spots. So I made it like it's super limited. And I decided to handpick my clients. I wasn't taking on everybody with, you know, the investment ready to go. I was making sure that the people that I was bringing on had the money, and not only had the money, but they had the credit to run the stores. That were clients that I want to work with. And as I was growing, I was just, you know, funneling down into even getting more picky about what clients I was bringing on. So how I made myself completely different from the competition, it was being completely transparent about the numbers. I used to get on calls and show my own stores. I have 5 stores myself, so it's like I built the business from the ground up. From like literally don't having one penny, had to figure it out how to get credit or even buy products
Yeah.
to where we at right now. So I feel
What's your biggest problem, Manuel? What's your biggest problem that you're running into in your company right now?
well, with automation, I closed the shop and I just have the 35 stores there that I'm running. I don't think about growing it right now. It's not in my mind to grow that business. I'm focusing 100% on trading, which is that's what I do full time, trading crypto, and that's what my passion is. So, yeah, just focusing on that 100%, and decided to keep it at 35 clients, and make sure everybody's making the money because
Gotcha.
the industry itself
That doesn't really sound like a problem. That sounds like a pretty awesome opportunity. I said it doesn't really sound like a problem. What
Yeah, yes,
what
it's not a problem. It's not a problem there. The main problem I had at the beginning, it was the team, and scaling, like, the systems, communication, hiring people here to help me onboard all the clients. And I wanted to go for 100 stores, but then I got to a point that I was like, this is not what I want to do. So I put passion first, and then I focus on trading, which is what I really want to do. And then yeah, that's pretty much it, man. That's the business. And
do you,
trying to grow there little by little with the trading side of it.
interesting. It makes me think of people who are just getting into multiple businesses in general,
Yeah.
and how much time you're spending on each, and more importantly, what type of time you're spending. Like, are you going from running an e-commerce store to switching gears and then running in doing your real estate investing, right? Those are totally different mindsets. A big thing is not just staying in your lane, but expanding your lane a little bit, right?
You know who told me that? It was Ravi at his event. I asked him specifically that question when he did the event because I was in between. So hey, look, I have the business with the automation and I have a waiting list of clients ready to go, but it's not what I want to do. And I know I can make a lot more money trading. And I asked him because I'm sure you know how he dropped the marketing and he went all in on scaling with system, the advertising agency. He's like, you got to go all in on one thing that you're passionate about and that makes you most of the money. So I made the decision because of him. I was like, you know what? I'm gonna just keep the stores at where it's at right now. I'm not gonna go crazy with it. I'm gonna focus 100% on my passion.
Dude,
And
he is absolutely right. And here's the thing is, like, if you're thinking about doing another thing, it's okay to think about it. It's okay to even test it, as long as it doesn't take away from that income source, or that stronghold substance, that stronghold business that you currently have. And so the minute that people are saying like, I do this and this and this, I'm like, forget it. After the first and, you already lost me. And I'm already like, why? Until you're making a couple hundred thousand a month from that one thing, the why even pivot?
yep.
The only reason you should pivot, and I feel very strongly about this, and Ravi and I have different viewpoints on this specifically, which is actually using your passion. Now, I know Ravi will blatantly say, and he's said it to me and tons of other people, but him and I go back and forth on this, is I really strongly believe you should go after your passion in the right way. The best way to actually attack your passion and turn that passion into a business is to look at, number one, what are the 2 things, 3 things that you're passionate about? Like, list out those 3 things, right? Number 2, what is the market demanding? Because you might be passionate about things, but if the market's not demanding it, go.
Yep.
Yeah, take a walk and don't come back. and then the third thing is actually looking at your strengths. Like, you might be passionate about something, you might have a demand in the market, but what are your strengths? Do those actually back it up? For example, for me, is my passion was growing people's brands. I loved media. I loved content. I love, like, the list can go on those different types of synonyms. The market demand, entrepreneurs trying to grow their business with content. And I was like, fuck yeah, I can tap into that, and I'm going to go hard on it. And then I looked at my strengths, and a few of my strengths were, number 1, I was a really good people person. Number 2, I was a phenomenal editor, which may have been even number 1. And then 3 was probably marketing strategy and social media awareness and et cetera. But then I looked at the top 2 there, right? And I would say that my number 1 was actually video editing. Was that my passion? Was that the number 1 thing I loved to do? No, I get it. There are some amazing editors out there who love editing, but that wasn't me. I was just really good at it. And so I took that strength and then I applied it to the market demand, and I grabbed my passion along with it as just like a supporter. And I was like, I'm going to fucking go hard at this. Cause I didn't want to be that. Originally I was in finance. And I was like, I don't want to be the next guy on Wall Street. And then I was starting to work for another company, and I was like, I don't even want to work for another company. I'm going to take this passion and just go so hard at it. There might be competition, like you said earlier, there might be competition along the way, but I'm just going to spearhead as fucking hard forward as I possibly can. And that's when you can actually use your passion for your profession. And so that's what it's all about, man.
I feel it's just finding that one thing that, you know, you're good at it. You can always get better, but you're good at it. That's one of your strengths, and you put it together with passion. Because I feel what happens with a lot of people is that they just go where the money is at that moment, right? So they're doing e-commerce, and okay, because there's money on selling stores, and then trading shows up and they start trading, then they start doing marketing, and then you never actually make the breakthrough. So I agree with you that you have to follow your passion, but I agree with Ravi as well, because I feel you need to go for the money first. You need to make the breakthrough financially first, because without money, you can't chase no passion. Because if your passion doesn't make you money, like for example, my case, trading, it's beautiful. This is what I want to do for the rest of my life. But my first 2 years trading, I never made a dime. I lost money. So e-commerce for me was that financial foundation that it gave me the time to go all in on trading. Thanks to e-commerce, I trade. And
well, real quick, this is how I feel. Trading is tough. Trading is investing. Trading is simply investing, putting your money into like a machine and wondering how much it's going to get back to you. And now you get to pick which machine you want to put it into. The difference between trading and going after your passion, turning your passion into a profession, and I use trading under the umbrella of investments. Because that's really what it is. Using your passion and for a profession is going to allow you to see a market, a demand, and make money on that right then and there, because there is a market demand. But when it comes to the trading side and investments overall, whether that's crypto, whether that's Forex, whether that's the S&P 500, it could be any type of investments. That's when you do not have a specific market demand coming back to you right then and there. You see the difference?
Yeah.
But I want to ask you, now that you are like going hard with your trading, I mean, it's good that you have a financial back. You have the automation going. You have the source of income. I only have one more minute, and then I have another meeting. Actually, it already started, but I got to hop off here in a second. I want to ask you, like, what are your next steps? Is just to really go hard with the trading and have the continuous automation on the back end, just kind of keeping you with a nice steady income?
I'm using automation as the foundation to build relationship with high ticket clients. So everybody that I'm making money for, I want to eventually move into something else, investing wise.
More types of investments for them.
Yeah. So the end goal is to build the hedge fund. I want to do a hedge fund for trading. So that's why I'm like kind of building the foundation with those clients that I'm already building trust and making them money through e-commerce, to eventually move everybody to the end result and the end goal for me, which is a hedge fund.
Nice.
Yeah.
Dude, shoot big. The big thing is a lot of people who are looking to get into hedge funds, and I know this because like Jeff did his, and I know other people who are starting their hedge funds and already have very successfully. The number one thing that a lot of them will say is like, I was just shooting too small. When I tried like launching this hedge fund, I was like trying to go after fish that were just too small, when really I could have went after a bigger fish and gotten them. So when you're thinking about launching that hedge fund, bro, like get your results. And once you have some good case studies, shoot fucking big and get someone who is like a family member or someone you met in the network. And you're like, that's a big fish. I'm going to go get them and they're going to be in my fund. 100%. That's my one goal, is to like get them and maybe 2 other people like them in the fund and shoot for those big fish. I got to go, bro. But it's been a pleasure. Yeah, man. Talk soon. Let's be in touch.
Hey, bye-bye. Have a good one.